Welcome, everyone. Rob and Carol here with some self-care tips on how to navigate this full supermoon in Gemini at 13 degrees. So, what to do and what not to do under this Gemini full moon. Don't avoid conversations. Do speak your truth. Say the words you've been swallowing for so long. Some of us have been swallowing them, choking on them, feeling like we couldn't even breathe. So have that overdue conversation with your partner, friend, family member, or even with yourself. Yes, silence the self-talk. Get that out of your body. Silence becomes mental clutter now. Unspoken truths weigh heavy on your nervous system. Let your voice be a channel for release, not repression. Remember, we want to release everything that we do not want to take with us into 2026. It is time to lighten our load. Do go out, connect, and socialize because Gemini is an air sign. It's all about communication and it loves to socialize and talk and to share. So it's also curious and it can be somewhat at times chatty. On the shadow side, it can be a little bit gossipy. So be mindful of that. Let yourself move, mingle, talk, and laugh. Meet a friend for lunch, for tea, um, try to attend a moon circle, a full moon circle, or gather with a like-minded conscious community. Do not isolate and get stuck in your own thoughts. Relationship and connection, communication is the medicine that you need right now. Do a massive brain clearing, cleansing. Before you get structured, empty your mind onto paper. Write everything on your mind about 2025. What you loved, what hurt, what shifted, what you are absolutely and completely done with in your life, what you're releasing and not taking with you into 2026 and what you are looking forward to in 2026. Because remember, you are stepping in to the new version of you, the fully integrated, upgraded version of remembering who you are and what you came here for. This is about your personal power, especially with Pluto and Aquarius. And we have Jupiter in Cancer that is also supporting our expansion and our growth. Now, we do have the nodes of destiny, fate, and destiny um, being activated during this moon as well. And that will be in the astrology for the month. And I do believe it was in the moon video as well, but I will dive deeper into that because that can sometimes be called a skipped step if we try to fly over it. If there's something left over that needs to be taken care of, now is the time to do it. So just remember to write everything down. And remember, it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be organized. Um, Some of my journals look like scribble. Some of them have doodling. I know what it means to me. We all have our own little signs and symbols and doodles that we use and we know what they mean. And for me, lately, mine have looked like tornadoes and it's a spiraling up. We are all have definitely upgraded this year, whether we're aware of it or not. And look back on the year. Look how far you've come. And be proud of that. And where do you want to go? Because the possibilities are endless. And we don't have to have all the answers right now, because through this month, the signs and synchronicities will show up and things will just appear and doors will open. And it's up to you whether or not you have the courage to step through those doors and to rewrite the old story and to jump on the next timeline. Take a magic carpet ride. Take the leap. Okay. Remember to do the shadow work. That is very important because this full moon is perfect for a mental and emotional detox. Now, I've talked about detox before in like a social media detox. Okay, just as an example, you know, if there are things on there that are triggering you, step away. Step away for a few days or a week or a month. It's okay to take that time for yourself and not feel bad. Remember, you owe no one nothing, and nothing, no one owes you anything. And when it comes to shadow work, that's an inside job that only you can do. You can ask for someone to guide you through the process if you're not sure how to do it, but you still have to do the work. So ask yourself, what patterns of thought keep me small? Is there that little voice in the back of your head telling you you're not good enough? You're not pretty enough? You're not confident enough? You're not knowledgeable enough? Well, we all learned somewhere, and this is also a beautiful moon with Gemini is also about education. Okay. This is a beautiful moon to learn something new, something like tarot or oracle cards, or just study something new. Um, whatever makes your heart sing, whatever makes you happy. So, where do you self-sabotage with your mind? What stories about love, money, your body, or your worth are ready to be retired? Because we do have Venus active as well this month. And Venus can help take some of the sharp edges off, but it doesn't solve all of the problems. Are you okay? So, what stories about love, money, your body, or your worth are ready to be retired? Because I think you all know your worth now. And Venus is about what we love and value, whether it be relationships or material things, it doesn't matter. But if it causes you more, if you're putting more effort into someone than you are receiving in return, remember everything is we give and we receive. Okay. If you find yourself giving and giving and giving and draining your energy with that certain person or that certain relationship, then maybe it's time to think about letting it go. And I'm not saying that's easy. I'm saying that you have to stop and think about what is best for you. So, shadow work under this moon is about clearing out the old mental code so that you can write in a new one for 2026. And 2025 is a 9 year, and 2026 is a 1 year, and it is all about starting new, fresh and new. 2026 is where you get to really step into you, to bloom into the best possible version of yourself with as much grace and ease as possible. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but it means that you're ready to do it, that you've done the work. So let's see. if when you're writing, think of this as a year in review, like an audit. Do a sacred audit of of the year. Um, Write your accomplishments and breakthroughs, your challenges and your heartbreaks, habits that you formed or fell into, lessons that you learned, and any perspectives that may have changed because at different times in our life, we see things through different facets. So, what facet are you seeing through now? And are you seeing clearly? So, what from 2025 does not get to go with you into 2026? And what from 2025 is a treasure that you learned that you want to keep building upon and taking forward with you? Maybe you found your voice. Maybe you found your power. Maybe you found your confidence. Those are positive things that you want to take forward with you. So if you feel you need to do a releasing and cleansing ritual, once you've identified what you're ready to let go of, write those things down. They may be patterns, stories, people's names, or habits. Um, and then you want to burn, tear, or shred the list. If you're not able to safely burn them, tear them up, and you can put them in a bowl of water until they dissolve and then flush them down the toilet. If you're near water like I can, you can throw them into the water, although that would be a slippery slope, literally, because I still have a lot of ice and snow. It's been so cold, we haven't had much melt off. Um, and remember, as you release it physically, breathe as if you are exhaling it from your body. The exhale breath helps the release. It is, in a sense, a part of the release. So also you can make sure that you want to cleanse your area, maybe sage your area or use Palo Santo. Take a nice salt bath. Remember to do your breath work and be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to have that moment of where you let your body feel that letting go and that it's over now. And it's okay to have that moment. And that moment may bring joy and happiness and discomfort and tears and all kinds of release, but it's a positive moment that is serving you. No one ever said change was easy. There is always discomfort around change. Always. And we might describe that discomfort as fear. We might describe it as just adjusting to the new versions of ourselves. Remember to not skip your meditation because meditation helps you link your inner and outer worlds. It's the bridge between the conscious and the subconscious, the mind and the intuition. And like Gemini, the outer reality and the inner reality. It helps shift you into alpha and theta states where old patterns loosen, connect you to the part of you that already knows the next step, and soften anxious mental loops. Anxiety may come up, okay, because we are talking about Gemini, lower octave of Uranus, which Uranus is also active as it is retrograding into Taurus. So it's shaking things up there, okay? So try to visualize your 2025 self blessing and handing the torch to your 2026 self. You've completed the 2025 marathon. And when we run a marathon, what do? We hand the torch off to the next person. So if there is a place in your life where you don't have closure with someone, if there's someone you're not going to actually text or call, you can still speak your truth by putting it into a letter, whether it be an ex, a friend, a family member, or a previous version of you from 2025. Maybe a moment where you behaved in a way that you didn't like yourself in that moment. Say everything you need to say, and then again, burn it, bury it, or tear it into tiny pieces and float it in some water, flush it down the toilet, throw it into a stream, a lake, a pond, anywhere that you possibly can. You can also name yourself in that 2025 and write a goodbye and thank you letter to your old self. Because remember, everything that you went through, she was there with you. And when we think back to the shadow work, we think about the possibility of the wounded child, the mother wound, the father wound, the things that came up, the things that we worked through and we healed through. And now we get to evolve from that. We get to move forward from that. So write yourself a beautiful goodbye letter. And then on New Year's Eve, write yourself a beautiful welcome letter and welcome the new version of you. Because when I tell you by December 31st, there is no going back. What we have experienced in 2025, we cannot go back. We can only go forward. And that's what the 9 year is telling us. Nine is a number that carries all the wisdom and knowledge of all the other numbers. So we've completed the lessons. We've completed this cycle. And it's time to start the new cycle. And that's 2026. And that is a 1 year. So we are beginning a new cycle in our life. So remember to stay curious, listen, and learn something new. And this is a beautiful time to read something that stretches your mind, opens your mind to new possibilities. Ask more questions. Don't just believe everything that everyone says. I want to say, don't even believe what you see. And it's okay to challenge old thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. And what I want to say is do a digital declutter. Go through your Facebook, your Instagram, your X or Threads or I don't know, TikTok. Detox some of those things because there's some toxic people in there as well. And so declutter what you consume. That includes TV, radio, maybe some of the music. Um, there are some subliminal messages in all of those things that I just mentioned. So be mindful of them. So here we go. I'm going to give you, let me see what else here. I gave you the sacred codes. I gave you the numerology, the self-care tips. I just want to say it's a really good time to just focus on you, not feel guilty, not become overwhelmed by the holidays, and to do you. Don't do someone else's version of you. You don't have to fill somebody else's expectations. Do you, because Nobody's better at doing you than you. And you're not here to fulfill someone else's expectations. You're here to fulfill your calling. And with Mercury and all this ability to communicate openly and freely, and all this healing that is occurring. And if you've done the shadow work back at the Scorpio moon and the release, and there's still time to do it, and some of you, a lot of us are still releasing, then this is a beautiful, beautiful time. And with that, I want to say that again, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed moon. And I look forward to meeting the new version of you in 2026. Please remember to hit the subscribe button, to like and share. And from my heart to yours, I'm going to send you lots and lots of love. And I'm going to say to you to remember that the universe holds you and would never put something in front of you that you can't handle. It just requires you putting in the effort, the time, and the effort. So, namaste, everyone, and I'll catch you on the next video. God bless.